It's been dubbed Crossrail for bikes, the east-west cycle superhighway along the north bank of the River Thames. It was the centrepiece of Boris Johnson's cycling revolution at a cost of £47 million. The former Mayor of London said it would cut road deaths, but, as he also promised Nick Ferrari on LBC, he said it would cut air pollution here in the capital.
We took a tough decision to build the cycle superhighways, and it is going to pay off massively.
Traffic speed's at an all-time slow at the moment, of course, when you came out of office, Mr. Mayor.
Well, actually, most people on the cycle, most businesses on the cycle superhighway routes approve of them.
What about the air quality, Boris? That's
the air
poor.
quality has massively improved. I mean, the nitrous oxide is now down 27% since I was elected, Nick. And PM10s, PM2.5s also very substantially down.
We've drafted in some environmental experts, and they helped us last month to test exactly whether Boris Johnson's claim to have improved air quality has actually stood the test of time. Gabriel, Anna, if I could just start by asking, how are you going to do this?
Okay, so we've got a sensor, we've got a diffuser which measures nitrogen dioxide in the air. As we're cycling along, we'll sort of take up the nitrogen dioxide, and then it will register on the sensor, and we should get concentrations quite regularly. Is it every minute we should get concentrations.
So we're trying to assess whether or not along this stretch of road we're getting kind of concentrations that exceed safe limits for human health.
And what of that claim by Boris Johnson that the jewel in the crown of his cycling legacy will cut pollution? Back in 2012, 4 years before the cycle superhighway was completed, the average level of nitrogen dioxide stood at 108 micrograms per cubic metre along the eastern part of this road. Today, scientists employed by campaigners opposed to the cycle lane found toxicity levels reached 122 micrograms. On average, toxic fumes along this stretch of road still exceed the EU's legal limit more than twice over. Indeed, experts from the environmental consultants Ricardo conclude, in general, increased NO2 concentrations were measured at junctions where road traffic is likely to be slow-moving or queuing. Tony Halmos from the Unblock the Embankment campaign said it was now time to move this part of the cycle superhighway.
And so the cycle highway needs moving to a different route. The space needs putting back to 4 lanes both ways. The traffic will flow more easily, and the pollution, for that reason alone, let alone all the other changes going on, the pollution will come down.
The key to making this scheme work was cutting the number of lanes going eastbound from 2 to 1 to make way for that segregated cycle lane. But that's led to more congestion, more stationary vehicles, and therefore more pollution, as LBC listeners have told us repeatedly. It's now 4 o'clock, and we want to find out how bad the problem is. Most cyclists are still at work, but the traffic is already building up. A mile down the road and 7 minutes on the bike, and I've arrived here at Tower Hill. Along the way, I counted no more than 24 cyclists heading in the same direction as myself, but I saw hundreds of vans, lorries and cars sitting in stationary traffic or just moving very slowly, their engines running, pumping out toxic fumes.